It is day 6 and it is the day after Disneyland Shanghai, and what an amazing experience it was last night. Anyways, for today, I am basically taking myself on a little solo quest in the afternoon, and then I will meet up with my friends a little bit later on. But I decided to take you guys with me because I kind of wanted to just spend a little bit of solo time by myself, kind of simulate how would it be if I was here by myself, if I were to move here by myself. Because my other two friends, they for sure want to come to Shanghai, but we're probably not even gonna be together, so it might as well be me just hanging out by myself. And we're taking the train right now. We as in you and me, we're taking the train right now to this pick up your package parcel place, because I ordered something on Taobao, and basically the last delivery message was that I have to pick up the package myself. So this is where I'm going, and I decided to kind of do it as a challenge, and I wanted to try out the maglev train, which is this super fast high-speed train that when I'm inside, I'm so excited right now, but sitting inside this train, it doesn't feel like I'm moving so fast. But probably when you are outside looking at me, the train is probably just going super quick. Usually the ride is 2 minutes, so it's literally not that slow. And by the way, I just showed you my outfit. I'm basically wearing a skirt, tights, and my crop jacket, the usual. I didn't bring so many outfits on this trip because I didn't have a lot of space. Usually I really struggle sometimes to take time and spend enough time by myself, and I'm kind of hoping that during today, I can just think about, focusing on my own adventures and on my own arcs, because I'm such an extrovert. I really like being around a lot of people. I like talking to people. I like meeting new people, but I really need to do more self-development and kind of do a lot more working on myself and working on consistency, because I'm really worried about my YouTube channel. Because the thing is, if you don't upload on YouTube for a certain amount of time, the algorithm not only forgets about you, but you basically lose a lot of momentum. And now that I consider myself an actual content creator, I know I don't have the numbers, the actual the verification and things like that, but I've always considered myself as a content creator. This is something I've always loved and I've always wanted to do ever since 2013 when I watched my first YouTube video. Okay. And I think that this year is going to be a very, very, very good year for me. Last year I was very, very busy because I decided to study last year. But this year, now that I'm going to have all this extra space, I learned so much last year. I'm going to use that. And the fact that I am finding so many new interesting things about myself, I'm going to be so consistent, and it's going to be an amazing year. I have a lot of things that I've planned, not only for this channel, but for myself. I am going to be so selfish with my time this year. I don't care about anything or anyone else but myself and what I have to do for myself, my own self-development. And with that said, we just arrived at this locker, and it's really simple. You just have to put in the pin that was sent by the seller on Taobao, and then you just retrieve your parcel. But I couldn't get my parcel because the seller sent me the incorrect pin. So I just decided to leave, and I stopped by this bakery and I grabbed a couple of treats. And now I'm just walking around the city area, and it's really peaceful. It's really nice. I'm kind of envisioning myself here. I'm struggling to accept the idea of actually staying here because I don't like how the food is so oily. They have to add so much oil to the food to kill the bacteria because of how unhygienic it is and how bad the water is. And it's just so bad for my skin, and it's bad for my skincare. I'm just breaking out every single day. But even though I try and flush it out and use drink a lot of hot water, it still doesn't really help my case. But other than that, I went back to the anime building. You see where that Sega is. And inside, I found this Sanrio gift gate, which is basically Hello Kitty heaven. And remember when I said that everyone is obsessed with Hello Kitty right now? They really are. Like, this shop is so full, I could barely move. But here's some little trinkets that they had. Of course, they had like keychains and like cute little accessories and things like that. It was so cute. There were dolls, teddies that you can put on your bed, and it was just adorable. But the best part was seeing this huge Hello Kitty in the center of the entire store. Like, can you imagine seeing this gigantic Hello Kitty? Like, I would wish to even buy this entire centerpiece. I'm sure it would be so cool to have this like in your room somewhere. I thought that was adorable. But this particular mall that I'm in now, this one is called like Infinity Mall or something like that, and it's got like a couple of clothing stores, it's got makeup stores. It's really cool. Then I found a Beauty Choice. This is basically a very big makeup store where you can find like luxury brands too, and you can find like Korean brands, you can find Chinese brands. They've got skincare, they've got hair care, they've got body creams, they've got a whole bunch of self-care items, but most importantly, they've got flower nose. But when I saw all the flower nose products, I wasn't like overly impressed. And I am someone who's caring a lot about what am I getting out of the product. And now I love flower nose, but I couldn't find myself to actually buy any of the products simply because I think flower nose is really overrated. Maybe one day I will get a flower nose product, but it just gives me a lot of like, I don't know, like a sense of, you know, this is really useless, because the minute a product is finished, we all discard it and we throw it away. But like with flower nose, you're paying a lot mostly for the aesthetic of how it looks like, and then when it's finished, the product is finished, you expect it to keep the product because it's really pretty. But when you keep that product, it's kind of useless. Like, you don't have any use for it other than for it to be like a collection. And there's nothing wrong with like collecting these things, but I just think it doesn't leave that much of an impact. I'm buying a product so that I can use it because it's going to alter my life in a certain way. It's going to make my life easier. It's going to be a cosmetics that makes me feel good. But when it's finished, I'm going to recycle that product and I'm going to replace it with a new one. For that reason, I didn't get anything from Flower Nose, but I did get a couple of things from Juicy and some other makeup brands, and that stuff I'll show you all in a separate video when I do a makeup look or something. But let me know in the comments below if you've used Flower Nose before, and do you actually like it because of the product or how it looks. Now we also stopped at Uniqlo because I wanted to check out their merchandise specifically for anime. They had like one-piece stuff, but I really thought this top was so mid. I know it seems like I am someone who can't be pleased, but I've seen way better. After shopping, we decided to just have Five Guys because it's so much easier and it's right here, and because things close at like 10 p.m, so you really need to hurry up. What flavor are the shoes? Chocolate, oh, I had this stuff. I don't know. I think it's all food free. Where did it say what? No, I'll just get a place. I had it before the I told you guys we take forever to decide what to eat, but anyways, we just got like regular cheeseburgers and a shake, nothing special. But thank you so much for watching this video. How many points have I accumulated up until now? I like lost count. But anyways, until then, just chill till the next episode. Bye!